a screamer! Even at the farm, the reels follow me. My mate's got a couple of reels here, a few reels he wants me to have a look at. These are going back years. I had the smaller version. Had the smaller one than this years ago. Very good reels, very good quality. The EPIX, that's right, Okuma. I'm going to pull them apart in the near future, service them for him, see what needs to be fixed, and they're pretty heavy old reels, but solid, good bait runners back in the day. Welcome back everyone, thanks for watching. Got a few reels here being given to me by my good friend Sammy up at the Hawkesbury. Asked me to have a look. One of them sounds really rough, so we're going to open them up. These are old school reels. This is the old Okuma EPIX. This is the eb60 bait runner. This is the 60, and this is just a standard one, Scion. So no bait runner on this one. Feels fairly smooth. Gonna see if it needs any bearing replacements or just service grease and oil and grease. This thing's battered. I'm gonna straighten that out a bit. But I think I'm gonna start on this one first, the 60. I'll start on the small one, I'll work my way up. I haven't opened up one of these. I've opened up many reels similar, but I haven't opened up any of these. I did have the smaller size of these. These are really the go-to reel back in the days. I'd say these are at least 20 years old. 20, 25, maybe even 30. I can't remember when they came out. But these were the go-to reel. People love them. Bit on the heavy side, but they were state of the art back then. So let's get into it. I'm going to open it all up. Drag. Roller bearing, apparently they're all 10 ball bearings, so we'll see what the bearings are like. Interesting to see what they're going to look like. Let's do it. Wow, a lot of turns. Okay, yep, it is screwed in. Everything still works and clicks, so shouldn't be too much of an issue. If any bearings need replacing, I'll order them, grease it up, put it back together, and when they come in, I'll replace them. I think everything's going to be a little bit stiff. It does look like they've been washed and looked after, so anti-clockwise. Yeah, they're pretty clean. I like the condition they're in. You must wash them and look after them. Well, still clicks over. We'll have a look at this later. Alright, what do we do here now? So that's for the bait runner. Okay. Okay. Let's put that aside. Okay, that one came off easy. Curious to see what design they are inside. EPIX back in the day for Okuma. See that rubber seal? Nice, very nice sealing. Let's have a look at this bearing. Whoa, very dry, very dry. Smooth, no crunchy, nothing, but dry. And we'll see the difference, how it smooths out. I'm just going to oil the hell out of them because they don't have clips to take the shields off. They're compressed in and starting to get in there, as you can see. Look at that. Beautiful. I'm going to take this off. fuck was that? The clip there, I think you pop that clip out. Yeah. Okay. The spring out. And the bearings in there. Ah, there it is. Right, let's put that there. See what's stuck in the bearing. That's that there. Let's put this aside for now. Let's have a look at this. There's a washer there, yeah. There's a couple of washers there. I'll clean that all up. And get rid of all this old grease. This bearing looks different to that one. Around the 2000s, early 2000s, I remember when I bought mine. I think I had the size 30. Alright, it's all nice and clean. These back on here. Okay, this one looks like you can open it. This one's compressed, it does not. You can't open this one. You can see the little gap right there. I don't know if you can see it in the camera. The little gap there. And there's your clip right there. There it is there. There's that. Whoop. Nearly lost it. Alright. Oh, very, very dry. Doesn't even spin. Just put one dot. One dot. Let's see what this one dot does. Look at that. Wow. What a difference. There's no grease in it, or oil, it's all dry. Just let them lubricate, very nice. Put this back on. The curved side sticks up, so it pushes down. You don't want to lose this clip. Well, it's nice and smooth now. Now, that rides up and down. Anything under there? No. Any washers? No. Let's get these cleaned up. Beautiful. Very nice. Alright. I'm not going to take this off, or that. Let's take these off. So this will be interesting. Okay. Looks nice and clean there. Leave that there. It's going to be fun putting it back on. Whoop, there it is. Alright, there's that spring. We don't want to lose that. This is going to be fun putting it back together. Okay. 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 Now, is there a bearing that sits at the bottom of this? You'd think there would be. Where's the 10 ball bearings? This said 10 ball bearings, right? 1, 2 is the anti-reverse bearing. 3, 4, let's say 5, 6, let's say 7, let's say there's a bearing in here, 7, maybe in here, another 1 or 2, I don't know, we'll open it up later, but it doesn't look like 10 ball bearings to me. I can't see any other ball bearings. You'd think there'd be one on this. I don't know. It does remind me a bit of the Shimano bait runners. Maybe they stole the idea off Shimano, or Shimano stole it off them. I don't know. But I've got to admit, I'm surprised that there's no bearing at the bottom of the shaft. There's no bearing here. You'd think they'd have a bearing there to be nice and smooth and give a bit more stability. Easy little drag stack there. Washer there. Like that. Sits in there like that. And this part here, let's have a look. I know there's more bearings, but okay. Nice and smooth, but dry. So this one's compressed in, it's got those little grooves there. You can't open this, so the only thing I can do is oil it and just keep spinning it until the oil gets in. Very nice. You don't want grease getting on this. Okay. Oh, forgot that clip.
Some takeaway.
Beautiful. this little bastard here, where does it go? Anyway, this has got me baffled. I'm gonna have to get back to this later. So that bearing goes in there. I'm gonna grease this up a bit. Plenty of grease there. That thing's got me baffled. I'll work it out, but it's gonna take me a lot of patience trying to understand the engineering behind it, where it goes. You think it goes in there? Because I remember when I flipped this, it went flying. That little notch there, springing back and forth. Now I don't know where it came flying out of, so it's going to be a mystery. Let's get all this back in. And put a bit of grease down here as well, so it can glide nice. There's no screw there or anything here, just grease. Let's load this up. That's that, like so. Put this in, pull this back. Okay. Let's get the shaft in. A bit too high. There we go. Okay, that's back in. Touch forward, and there we go. Nice and smooth. Just give this a quick wipe. Give it a bit more oil. Okay, let's get this on. Just thinking. That didn't come out of here. This came flying out of somewhere. It came flying out and it landed over there when I flipped this over. Probably shouldn't have touched that. Okay. So after an hour or two of trying to work out where this spring goes, this literally goes in there. So that's clicked. If I click this back over, that spring, I'll show you, it wants to come out. See that? See how it comes out? When I originally did it, it went flying and I said I'll work it out. It took me an hour or two to literally get it in there. That's the click, that's what holds it in, it's a spring. So I'm going to leave it like that, closed. I've got all this back on. Might close this up, get this out of the way. Wow, I was stressing. Couldn't find nothing online at all where it goes. I did find the schematics, very hard to find for this model. And it just showed, I'll explain to what it showed. It had a picture like that and it had the arrow just going underneath there, but it doesn't show where it goes. Bit of a challenge, but yeah, found it. Alright, okay, I'm not going to touch this because that's going to go flying out again. It's all nice and smooth. Okay. Yeah, I had to put it away yesterday. That little clip was sending me crazy. I was on it for at least an hour. I called it a night. Woke up dreaming about it. And I had a few ideas about where it might go. Eventually, after some careful investigating, trial and error, I found a spot for it. Very funny spot for it, but I found it. Okay. Little groove that's squared up. See, sits like that. It's got to go that way. Like so. Put that over in a sec. Okay. That's it. When you turn the handle, bang. So the bait runner works. It's all back together. Let's put this aside. Let's have a look at this. There's a bit dirty in there. Bit of dirt and grime. Get yourself, check the roller bearing. Let's have a look in here. Okay, that pin goes in that hole. Make sure nothing goes flying out. Just that little circle, it's pretty straightforward, goes in there. The long end goes in the back. Okay. Bit of old grease in there. I'm going to clean all this up and I'll be back in a minute. Looks like it's got a bend in it. Slight bend. Probably has bent over time. I'm going to straighten that up. Alright, that looks straight now. Get some grease in there. Put a bit more grease over it so it can stop rusting, and just want to see the bearing. Yeah, there's no grinding. Still spins freely. Put that there. Looks like there's a few bearings in here. Make sure it stays together the way it is. Is that a bearing? Yeah, that's a bearing. Just can't get it off. Oil it up. That's it. Get the oil in there. Could put a touch of grease in there. Just a nice thin layer. So it sits on the outside of the bearing and it's got a bit of lubrication to help it spin freely. Okay. It's just a washer. It looked like a bearing, but it's not. Clean this up, get all that old grease and dirt and grime, and put that back together. Cleaned it all up. That there. Could put a bit of grease on it if you wanted. That will sit right there. Goes in there. Put that aside. Clean all this and get this back together. It's got the little circle that goes in there. Okay. That hole there. That's it. Okay, once that's locked in, yeah, that shaft was a little bit bent. Yeah, it feels good. So the rotor's all back together. Nice click. The shaft was a little bit bent, probably over time. You know, from excess use, this looks a little bit bent up. I'm gonna leave it like that. It's a force, so that comes down. It goes back up and it clicks over. When it's down and it's open, when you turn your handle, it rides up this, which forces this to go up, which forces that to close. So there was two washers down here. Okay. Yep, there's this. Let's have a look at the handle. There we go. How the hell do you open this? Well, looks like we can't get in there. This is permanently, I've never opened up one of these before, so it's got a nice grip, very nice grip. Look, we're just gonna, I might shove some oil down there. Keep it lubricated on the edges. Seems like the oil's going down. No grinding. It's usually the other way around, but alright, I've cleaned it all up. Nice and loose now. Aluminium. Let's get this back on. Very, very smooth, beautiful, like it. Last but not least, the spool, the drag stack. Just going to give it a quick clean, and we'll open her up and see what it looks like on the inside there. Bit of corrosion. I'm not going to take that off because it's got a C-clip. Might be a little bit difficult to put back on. Just going to get some earbuds and get in there. Touch of oil on that. There's a bit of felt there. Could do with for Carbon Tech drag washers. Sits like that. The one that's worn out the most is the bottom one. The middle one's fairly good. The top one's fairly good. What I might do is swap that, because it seems like the pressure's mostly on the bottom. So I'll put the good one down the bottom. I'll see if the owner wants upgrade to drag to Carbon Tech. If so, I can always open it up and upgrade them, just change them over in the future. It's about 25 years old, this reel. So for its age, not bad. And I'm assuming the owner of it must have cleaned it all the time, because it's not very corroded. Everything's in good order. This was a little bit bent. The shaft for this was a little bit bent, which now is way more better. And nice and smooth, beautiful. Alright, let's get some drag grease and get this back together. I use Cowell's drag grease. Make sure you use drag grease on the drag washers. Don't overload it, just a layer. The more you put, the more sticky they'll be. Okay, that's those two. The next one. And you got this one with the ears. Sits there. Like so. So I put the original bottom one, which was the thinnest, worn out the most, up the top. And the top one was the best condition. I'll put it down the bottom. That's that. That's that. There's a nice little rubber seal that protects it from the elements, sort of. Sits there. Tighten them up evenly. Got a flat groove on that side. Got this little clear washer. Sits there. Nice drag clicker. Working good. I'm happy with that. Wow, that's tight. Alright, let's try the bait clicker. That's tight. Loosen it up. There you go. Clicker works. Bail arm, nice and clicky. Drag. She's all back together. There you go. The EPIX eb60. Full tear down using my amateur knowledge. I'm no expert, just, you know, a bit of experience stripping stuff down. Give it a go. Take your time. The video's pretty detailed. There's that little clip that took me hours to work out where it goes. And yeah, she's all good. Good to go. This is number one reel of the 3 that I picked up for my mate to service them, so stay tuned for the rest.